Welcome to the QetvLive show with your host, Miss H. I am so delightful that you have tuned in today. I hope everyone is having a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. All of it. And I just really, truly hope that you are truly in the spirit of Christmas. You know, this is such a special time of the year, a time of service, a time of giving, a time of laughter, a time of fun, a time of spending with your family and friends. But I also want you to remember, it's also a special time to look around you, because there are so many people that this time is not so special. A lot of people are missing their loved ones and, you know, their mothers, fathers, uncles, aunts, brothers, and it's a hard time for them. So we don't want to forget that. We want to pray for them, as well as I've always told you, check on your neighbors. I had a neighbor about 2 weeks ago, her washer and dryer caught on fire. She had a fire. But thank God she had the smoke alarm in there. It could have been different. So if you have a senior citizen in your neighborhood or in your building, check on them. It's a time of the year that we need to check on and see what we can do with the soup kitchens, the homeless. Down in Waldorf, Maryland at St. Charles Town Center, the soup kitchen in Waldorf is doing a gift wrapping. So if you're down in the Waldorf, Maryland area at St. Charles Mall, bring your gifts and they will wrap them there, and all the donation goes to the soup kitchen right there in Waldorf, where they are feeding those who come in and need a meal, as well as we're having our own coat and toy drive right here at Vox Wave Studio, 4711 Arth Place. Come on down, bring your toys, bring your coat, and, you know, put them in the donation box. They go to a worthy cause. They go to a nonprofit organization, and we really, truly would appreciate anything or everything that you would like to bring in. Now, what I want to share with you right now is a business opportunity that QetvLive is sponsoring. If you are an entrepreneur, a freelancer, you've started your own business, a startup business, or you've been in business for a while. If you're interested in sharing a co-working space, yes, you want to share the expenses, and you would like to be able to have a space, maybe 10 by 10, 10 by 8, 10 by 6 space, and 8 by 8. Those are some of the spaces that are available. There are 15 spaces at the St. Charles Mall. Yes, co-working is coming to the mall. I'm going to throw up a picture real quick for you, and we'll talk a little more about this. Ron, if you could put that up. Flexible networking opportunities for your business. There's a specialty virtual kiosk where you don't have to be there. You could just put in your iPad, and the customers can go in, order your products or services through the kiosk, and go right to you, but you are paying for the space to be there. Limited part-time, whether you want 5 days a week, 7 days a week. If you just want to come be a weekender, you can do that. Remember, St. Charles Mall, look at the opportunity that your business can have. You have established business hours, affordable shared workspace. You have it's a convenient location where it's plenty of parking. There will be a conference room and free parking and unmatched hospitality, as well as, let me just show you a picture of the St. Charles Mall. That's a picture of the inside of the wall. Co-working and virtual kiosk spaces coming to St. Charles Town Center. Your new office space could be right there in the mall where you're surrounded by plenty of traffic. If you are interested for the co-working space at the St. Charles Mall, then all you need to do is call me and reserve your space. Call me and we can schedule an interview where we can talk about what it is that could help you in your business to move forward. This is a great opportunity, again, for entrepreneurs, startup. You're sharing the cost with about 12 other people in a co-working space. You can contact me here at the studio, QetvLive Live Show, with your host, Miss H. My phone number is 240-353-3806, or you can email me at QetvLive@gmail.com. Don't wait. Spaces are limited. There's only about 12 spaces and about 4 kiosk spaces available, a total of 14 to 15. We're trying to squeeze in 15 altogether. So again, if you are interested in a co-working space at St. Charles Town Center Mall as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, startup, freelance, or you just want to advertise your product or services, please contact me here at QetvLive Live Show with your host, Miss H, or call me at 240-353-3806. Co-working coming to St. Charles Town Center Mall. Don't go anywhere. You can take that down now, Ron. Don't go anywhere. We have an outstanding show for you today. Remember, I only bring the very best on the show. And today, we're going to inspire you and help educate you in the financial arena. I'm going to be educated too, because I'm sure there's a lot of things I will learn. So this is what I want you to do. I'm live here in the studio, 4711 Arth Place. If you go to VoxWave right now, just go ahead, subscribe to VoxWave, click on the live link. We are live right here in the studio now. Click on the live link and you will be able to tune in and see my special guest co-host today, Wanda, Alston, which is a financial guru. She's going to come in and just share with you what her services are all about. And I guarantee you, you are going to want what she has to offer. And she's going to share with you how you can get in touch with her. She also have 2 other special testimonial guests with you. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to take a station break and we're going to be right back.
So you like smooth jazz? Great. Horn of Plenty, Harvest Harmony from saxophonist Travis Bridges. Smooth jazz and all the sax you'll ever need. Available at travisbridges.com. 786-487-7338. Horn of Plenty from Travis Bridges. All the sax you'll ever need.
voxwave.com or call in at 240-719-2560. Again, that's 240-719-2560. We're located at 4711 Off Place in Camp Springs, Maryland. Watch live the QeTV live show every Thursday from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Would you like to be a guest on the QeTV live show with your host, Mrs. H? You may reach her at 240-353-3806. Again, that's 240-353-3806 or email QetvLive@gmail.com. The QeTV live show is bridging inspiration and information for everyday life.
Hello, welcome back to QeTV Live Show with your host, Miss H. I am so excited right now. I have my beloved friend up here with me, sister friend, sister in Christ, all of those good things. We go way back.
Way back.
But I'm just so excited to have my special guest co-host, Wanda Alston, here today with me. We go so far back to Tiffany, my little baby. She was so young. Her daughter in summer camp. I mean, that's, I don't want to tell Tiffany's age, but
29.
29
Sorry, Tiffany.
years old.
Yes.
So Tiffany had to be 11 or 12?
That's correct.
Wow, over 15 years ago?
15 years ago. And still at acting, still doing it.
Oh, I love her so much. Tell her I said hello.
I will.
Miss Hightower misses her.
But
we go back so far.
Yes.
But Wanda, there's so much that you have to share, so we're going to go on with what you have. You have started your own business.
Yes, I have.
And this business you have started is called Make It Simple Solutions.
Yes.
Okay. Now, help Miss H know, Make It Simple. What is Make It Simple Solutions?
Okay, so Make It Simple Solutions is a financial and budget company. And what we have several services. Make It Simple, first of all, was started in 2006. And what we offer is services to families, households, and then also even companies. And so Make It Simple, some of the services that we offer to families are, for instance, we budget coaching, financial coaching and budget coaching. I am a financial coach through the Dave Ramsey's program, so I'm a certified financial coach, and also a budget coach as well. So we offer that to our clients, to the families. And that financial coaching is normally probably about 8 weeks. So we work with them. I mean, we get down into the root of why they're having, financial challenges. I help them to create their own budget. We talk about them getting out of debts. We talk about them making baby steps to get out of debts, and even the snowball effect that we talk about, how they just should pay off their bills. Then we also have a 12-month budget plan that I actually come in and I create a budget plan for that family or individual. And the guests that I have with me that's going to give their testimonies, they pretty much have been working with my 12-month plans for years since I started Make It Simple, actually even before. So we have that plan, and that plan that they pretty much, that's where Make It Simple kind of came from, because with that, I just make it very simple. You go online, you find a budget spreadsheet, and it's so difficult. But what I do is I use their pay stubs, and if they get paid bi-weekly, we set up a budget plan bi-weekly. And so we also look at their expenses. So that spreadsheet actually is going to show when they get paid, I basically tell them, okay, this is what needs to come out of that paycheck. Okay, because it's based on the due dates of the bills. So that right there it just makes it simple for people.
Okay, we're going to back up.
The
word make it simple. Okay, let's start with that. How did you come up with that name? Because we're going to walk through making it simple because, as you know, debt is a $1 trillion industry.
Correct. Yes.
And that is something that families struggled. Sometimes that is the cause of major divorces in our country.
Right. That's correct.
And the United States is a debt nation,
That's correct.
Compared to China.
That's right.
China lends to us,
Yes.
if you really think about it.
That's right.
But at the same time, you use the word make it simple. Tell me how you came up with that name. Back up to that, and then we're going to move forward because I want to know about this Make It Simple solution because I want to know where you were when I was making it hard.
I mean, it's so
help
much.
Me out. Okay.
And you're correct about the divorce rate because statistics are showing that it's 55% of the problems that's going on in people's marriages. 55% of those people are divorced because of financial challenges. And we know that that's major and it's a lot of stress in families.
Of course it is, yes.
And so back it up, because it's so much to tell
Make it simple.
So Make It Simple. So Make It Simple came about, first of all, I'm good in my, budgeting my finances. I actually budget millions of dollars for the federal government.
So is this your background?
This is my background. I have over 30 years of experience in finance and budget.
Awesome.
With the federal government, so I budget millions of dollars for them.
Ooh.
So I love numbers. I love money. Of course, we all do. So that's what I do
I
for
love
myself.
money, but I don't love numbers.
Well, I love numbers. So I can work with your numbers for you. Okay. So for myself, I created my own budget, and I'm in my 20s and doing my little thing. So at work, working in finance, and some of my coworkers, they're asking me, well, what are you doing? So I'm telling them, I have my budget plan, and so what happened? I started having people come to me, ask me to create their budget, and so I was just doing it just for free. So one day, as I was doing it for free, I was selling Avon. I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm selling Avon. I'm selling prepaid legal, just working for everybody else. So I told my business coach and also my sister that, hey, you know what? I need to find a company that I can make my own. And I am the CEO of my own company.
I love it.
Yeah. So she emails me back and she said, well, hey, you should do the finance stuff that you do. Well, I wasn't totally sure what she meant by finance stuff, but I know that my spirit knew what she meant, which was the budgeting, because this is what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And so that's how Make It Simple was birthed, through just that email and just me being willing to go out and help other people and to serve my friends and family members, even strangers. And I saw them win at their finances, so I said, well, you know what? I need to do something more with this instead of selling everybody else's goods. So
No,
I
love it.
But then make it simple. The words came through. I wanted to, again, make it simple for my clients, make it simple.
Good,
Because what I was
yes.
doing, what I created was simple. It was so simple. And my guests that's here with me, they would tell you the same thing.
I love it because the reason why I wanted her to back up to that and making it simple, because we all know it sounds simple to her, but it's not simple to those of us who have struggled with debt, finances, budgeting, doing this type of work. But here's the thing, when you find someone that loves what they do,
I love it.
know what they're doing, it makes it simple,
Yes.
and it makes it easy, and I don't mind handing over my papers and my life and my
That's right.
finances to you because I now know you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
And you enjoy what you're doing.
Yes.
And that's the philosophy on my last job we used to have. We used to always tell the students, if you enjoy what you do,
That's right.
you know, the money will come.
Yes, it
but
will.
you have to have a passion for what you do. And it
Yes.
sounds like you had a passion early
Yes.
in life for this because you said it comes simple to you.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's take me through what the guests are going to come on, your testimonials that's going to come up next. So you sit down with your first clients. What do you do? Because I'm pulling out my hair. I just had an argument with my cat, my dog, my husband, and my sister, brother, whoever those people be. Bill collectors
Yes.
calling your house. You tell the kids, tell them I ain't home. Not coming to the door. They calling all hours of the night.
Right.
How do you take a person that's in that mode or in that vein and reel them in? Because you got to reel them in.
That's right. That's right. That's correct.
What do you do? What are your first steps in making it simple?
Okay, so if that person, let's go with the service I had the longest is still the 12-month budget plan. So let's start with that.
Okay.
Okay, because that's very important, the budget plan. So the budget plan.
Budget. I got to go on a budget.
Yes,
now.
you got to go on a budget. You have to go on a budget. You have to follow my instructions. No, I'm just kidding. But, okay, so what I do.
Okay, so budget.
Budget,
Okay.
that's right. So what I do is first of all, I will email them a list of items that they need to have for me when I come to their house.
Okay.
Or we may meet at Starbucks or Panera Bread.
Okay.
Okay, so what I do is the list includes all their bills, and then I give them like samples of what they need to, pull out for me, right?
Okay.
Their pay stub, even their tax return. Okay, so I'll have them to have all those paperwork ready for me when I visit them. Okay, so when we sit down, we then start talking about, first of all, where they are with their finances, what is their goal, what do they want to accomplish. I need to also know about their credit card bills, their debt. I mean, how much is their interest rates? What's their interest rates? Because some interest rates are so much higher than others. Then that way, if I find that out, then I can figure out, okay, which bill we need to tackle first. Okay. So anyway, so sitting down with all that, then after that, I pretty much start creating a budget plan for them. Okay. So I set up at least the first month. We have to also find out the due dates of these bills that you're going on. Because again, if you get paid on the first, then I know that, okay, I know which bills that need to come out. You don't need to pay the bill that out of your first paycheck that's due on the 30th. We can do that on the second paycheck.
help arrange
arrange it all.
all so it
Yes.
can be easy.
Yes.
I remember years ago, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this company, but years ago there used to be this company called Consumer Credit Counselor,
Yes.
CCC.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, I don't know, they went away. But they used to do something on that level, but they have one now called the Christian Credit Counselor.
Yes, I've heard of it.
And I called them last year, but unfortunately, they said the state of Maryland do not allow them, or they have not been able to come to the state of Maryland.
Okay.
But they're in Virginia.
Okay.
But one of the ladies did tell me that is not a good thing because a lot of the residents in the state of Maryland needs to get out of debt.
Right.
And they have the solution to help them, like you said, to help them set it up, and they charge a very low fee because a lot of people can't afford to go get tax consultants and financial planners. And for that reason alone, a lot of people stay in debt or they stay without a budget because it's not affordable. How do you compare to those companies and to those services? Because the goal is to help struggling people, because sometimes this is a matter of life and death. People may not think about it, but I've literally heard people that would say, I don't even know how I'm going to make it. I don't even feel like I want to go on. What's the use? When you hear those kind of words and a person is in debt, to me, that means there's not enough services to help struggling individual. There's large companies out there that have the ability to help people financially. But for the middle class or the everyday working class or the people that are under a certain percentage range, or people who are totally unemployed, they still need to have a budget too.
They sure do. Yes.
How do you work with those individuals, or can you help those individuals as well?
Okay, so yes, I definitely work with, first of all, that's a great challenge for me, because I want to see everybody win. Yes. And then I know that they really need my services. Okay, so what I do is, first of all, we have to give money an assignment. Our pastor has always told us you have to give money an assignment. And that's what I tell my clients, because they may have extra money somewhere. Okay, and that extra money may be, you need to cook at home sometime. You might not need to go to these fancy restaurants all the time, because that money right there could be going into paying off a bill. Or just, helping to pay that college tuition. So, but if they haven't given money an assignment, they don't know where their money is really going. So I also do financial literacy house calls.
Oh,
okay, and
like
that's the house call. And I do financial literacy workshops, which is for a group of people that may not know each other, the workshops, okay? But the financial literacy house calls, I just came up with that probably this year. That right there is amazing, because that's pretty much people bringing in their families in a small group.
Wow.
And I go into their home and I teach them financial literacy. We create the budget workshop, and the guest that's going to come up, Wanda, she will talk about how that went, because she really enjoyed it. But then also, not just for the families, but those financial literacy house calls are for girls' nights out, or couples.
Oh, I like that.
Married couples or just couples, period, that live together. They can all get together and we have a good time.
Roommates, college students.
Exactly.
Yes.
College students. We have a great time, but it's
Yes.
personable. So with those people right there, I've done some, and I mean, I tell you, they are amazed at the monies that they're spending and the monies that they actually have left over, and they didn't even know it.
Wow.
So that's what we do. And then the other thing is, too, we talk about extra streams of income. And I have one of my, also a guest that's going to come, Marcia. She's going to talk about that. I went over her budget, and she ended up getting another stream of income. And I mean, it's doing great things with her business, with her finances. So that's another thing. We talk about that, because guess what? You may have to sell that car. You may have to get a less expensive car. Okay. So I want them to win. My heart is there. I pray for my clients. And the other thing is, too, they trust me and they listen. And I'm hard. I'm nice. But I'm also hard because I want you to win.
Well, we got to have that accountability.
I mean? Exactly.
We got to have that accountability.
I mean, because they'll even call me, Nike, and they'll Miss Hot Tower. And so they'll call me.
It's okay. Nike is fine.
So they'll call me and say, hey, I have $5,000 extra dollars. I got a bonus from the job, or our tax return.
Tell them to call me.
I know, but wait a minute. No. They call me. They're not offering me the money. Okay, but what they do is they'll ask me for my advice.
I understand.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, I want to pay off this, but I have this bill. What should I do? So we'll talk about it. So I'm with them for that whole 12 months that they have that 12-month budget.
Wow.
So I don't just leave them there. And the fee is great. They can call me to get the more information, but you have me for a whole year, and then you can make changes to your budget.
I love
and
that.
We talk. They text me, and so. And again, these ladies that are going to come up, they will tell you it's awesome. But everybody, they can get out of debt, because a lot of people now, we're living well, I'm not going to say we are living, because I don't claim that, but People are living paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
There's a lot. There's, statistics are high on that. And that's what we have to do. We have to get out of living that way. And so there's going to be sacrifice. And that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to sacrifice some stuff so that we can win.
I love it.
We have to get our money in order now. It's very important.
I love that.
Yes.
And I love your heart. I can feel your passion in your heart, because that's exactly what people need. Because like you said, you're now offering hope.
Yeah.
And that's the whole idea,
That's it.
is to give people hope.
And
we
there
give
is.
them hope when it comes to salvation. We give them hope when it comes to healing.
Yes.
We need to give them hope when it comes to finances, because it doesn't matter whether you got a job or whether you make $1 million a year.
That's right.
You still need to give, as you said, your money in assignment.
Yes.
And you still need to know, I need to put myself on a budget, or I need to know what I'm doing, because you know, there's a bigger goal than that, our legacy giving. You know, we have to leave a legacy to our children's children.
And that's important. And, you know, I want to mention this, and because you're talking about hope, because one of my things is my son, he's, you know, currently playing basketball overseas.
Okay.
And one day he was talking to me. He wanted to purchase something. He was in New York, and he wanted to purchase something. And I told him, well, hey, do you really need that? Because I know it's cold today, but you coming home tomorrow, can you go to a cheaper store, you know, to get a hoodie? And so he's like, well, no, I like this brand. I said, okay, well, why are you calling me? He said, because you're my financial coach. I said, well, okay then. But what I liked was he's an athlete. There's so many athletes that leave football, basketball, you know, that sport, and they're broke. Well, that's my heart too, is to get to those individuals, those young men, those young women, to help them with their finances, that when they retire, when they leave, they're set for life.
That's awesome.
So that's one definitely area that or arena I am definitely going to tap into. I definitely want to be able to help them to, you know, succeed in their finances.
Now, do you have a market for, as you know, right now, that, like you said, whether you are unemployed or whether you are an athlete, you work with them all?
Oh,
you
everybody.
have the ability
Everybody.
to work with everybody.
Again,
no
I work
matter
with
what.
millions of dollars for the federal government. I'm talking about probably the $3 million all the way up to $500 million. So I'm all over the place. And then, of course, families where, you know, they have different incomes. So,
I love that. Now, do you have a team of people?
Yes, so I do have some more budget coaches that work with my company, and a lot of those coaches actually they have just as much experience I have, you know, close to over 30 years in the federal government, and actually work, you know, budget monitoring, maintaining the federal government's money. You know, so I know they love money. I know they, you know, that's what they do for a living. And they have the same heart to serve as I do.
Girl, I see a Dave Ramsey in you.
Oh.
I see you. I see you franchising your services where the people that you're helping to free are going out helping others to be free.
And that's what we have to
Because when you're a mom and you get free, you help your daughter or your niece, your nephew.
That's right.
That's the same. That's that paying it forward attitude. So I love it.
Yes.
Well, you sit down and help them put together the budget. But you know what I found out? One of the hardest things to do, and I know it was difficult for me, is when someone asked me to bring all that paperwork, to have to look at it and have to go and search for that information. How do you make it simple? Because, you know, it's almost like what they have told addicts or someone who is a alcoholic or a drug addict. The first step, the first approach is to admit it, and that's 90% of the battle. One of the things, because this is something you got to look at on paper.
Yes.
You got to look at, most of us don't even know how much debt we're in.
That's true.
Because we've never taken our paperwork, our bills, and look at our interest rate.
Because you don't have a budget, so you don't know.
So help me if you say, okay, Miss H, bring me all your stuff.
Okay.
And I go, what stuff? Is everywhere. It's all over the living room, the basement, upstairs, in the mail that, you know, we don't open because we owe. So how do I gather and collect? Do you give me a checklist?
Oh, most definitely. So what I like to do, most of the time, I actually go to the client's home. So if I'm in your home, everything is there. it's so much
Oh,
easier.
you're smart.
Yes, because there's no excuse. You can give me that paperwork.
That's good.
So that's what I do. I go in their home,
That's
and
smart.
everything is there, and I do have a checklist. So the checklist, they get the checklist before I even come. So when they set up the appointment, they already know what they need in order for me to, help them.
Oh, that's
and
good.
then also, let's say if they forget about a bill, then what happens, they'll just call me and we just add it in the budget. Yeah, we'll add it in the budget, and then I have to rework the numbers, maybe. And then also, people, they do a lot of online banking. So I've had some of my clients when we're meeting, they're like, oh, you know what, I can go online. And I can, find, the ones I have here today, they have done that. Went online to see how much they owed for something. And then, I get the number and we keep on plugging away. So that's simple.
I love it because you know what? That's what you have to do. You got to make us, and I'm putting us in there because I done told her I need her services.
Yes.
You're giving us no excuse.
No excuse. And plus, I make you
good.
comfortable. I make you comfortable. You know what I mean? To be able to share. And also, everything is confidential. I mean, yeah, it's confidential. So I don't share, of course, your business with anybody. But I also make my clients comfortable. So they give me whatever I want, basically, because they trust me.
Okay.
So yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you're listening to Wanda Alston, the CEO and founder of Make It Simple Solution to help you make life simple for you and your finances. We're going to take a small station break, and then you're going to hear some live testimonies from her guests.
Yes.
Okay? See you in a little bit. Hello and welcome back to the QetvLive show. If you have just tuned in, you're watching Miss H on the QetvLive show with my special guest co-host, Wanda Alston from Make It Simple Solution. We were just finishing the last half hour with just discussing budgeting and helping you to get your household and your finances in shape, in order. And we were talking about financial literacy. Wanda now is here to introduce some more special guests, Rhonda Cardwell and Marcia Dreyer. Help me welcome to QETV show, Marcia and Rhonda. Hello, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Now, Wanda's going to introduce you and tell the viewers about how she helped each of you, and you're going to spend a few minutes telling us how she was able to help you. Okay? So, Wanda?
All right. Well, first of all, thank you, Marcia and Rhonda, for coming out with me today to share your testimony. And so, Marcia Dyer is, Rhonda and Marcia actually are my longest clients. So they've been with me probably before it became Make It Simple.
Oh, okay.
They were one of the ones I was doing it for free.
Oh, I should have known you back then.
So Marcia and Rhonda both actually had the 12, well, actually they still are working on the 12-month budget plan. And so Marcia would tell you about her 12-month budget plan, how it, her experience was with me, and even what was birthed out of it, which is what I am wearing now.
Oh.
Okay, but she can tell you about how that came about.
Yes.
Marcia?
Okay, so thank you, first of all, for having me here on Miss H Show.
Thank you.
QTV.
QETV.
QETV.
Yes.
But one thing I want to say is doing a budget or having any type of financial plan, a lot of times we want to do all of this when we make a lot of money.
Yes.
We spend, but don't really plan. And so one of the things that Dave Ramsey says in his program is, if I live like no one else, I will live like no one else. And so in saying that, and having a budget and a financial plan, like you said, Wanda, there are some sacrifices that you have to make.
Okay.
There are some things that you have to do because nobody knows what life event may come into play. And for me, I thank Wanda because of that. I had my husband transition 3 years ago, like right after I retired, and my mom also, which both were living in the house with me. And so that was a transition financially in the home that happened back to back. And so if I didn't have this process in my life, if I didn't have a mindset of thinking I have to have something for the future, I probably wouldn't still be in my home today. Because you hear so many people, if a spouse transition, they have to sell their home. My lifestyle hasn't changed. It's gotten better.
Wow.
I've never missed a beat, and it's been now going on 3 years now that my first husband has transitioned. And so nothing changed. My life is even better and my finances are better. And so because of the instructions that she gave, the plan that she set, I was able, not expecting this to happen, but I was able to continue on and live because of the budget and the lifestyle. And we don't think about those things. We do not think about those things. Nobody know what life event is going to happen and when. But if you have a budget, if you have a financial plan in place, no matter what happened, may it be a divorce, somebody transition, whatever the case may be, you're able to move forward.
Right.
Oh,
and then,
I love it.
And then also with Marcia, what came out of that was her second stream of income.
Yes.
Because I always tell them if you need more,
have multiple
streams of income. So it worked out fine for you.
So actually, I don't have 2 streams. I actually have 7 streams of income.
What?
Well, excuse me.
Yeah, because of certain things that she had said.
Yeah.
And so what happened was, I've already had my annuity checks. So I have 3 of them come in. Do y'all hear what I say? I have 3 of them come in. I have 3 annuity checks come in. And then I'm also in a wealth generating investment group. And so then I do speaking engagements and so forth. Yes. And then I'm working on my book. And so all of those are stream incomes that come in. But when I was meeting with Wanda, she was like, well, Marcia, what else can you do? What do you like to do? And even in our investment group, we taught that whatever you like, that's what you invest in.
Exactly.
And so I love jewelry. So I had been buying paparazzi jewelry for like a couple of years. And so when she told me about that, one of the people that I was buying it from, she was doing a Facebook Live, and she said afterwards, like, hey, why don't you think about becoming a consultant? And I was like, I do like it. It's another stream. and it was only just to start up $99. Well, I did that over a year ago. I now have 14 people under me.
Wow.
I'm already leveled up. And I mean, the money is just coming in.
Yes.
So just from that, I get income 3 ways just from that business alone.
Yes.
And so it takes care of itself, and it gives me extra money to do the fun stuff I want to do.
Right, and make you look pretty as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I love it.
So Wanda's wearing it, I'm wearing
Yes.
it. I mean, and it's affordable jewelry. I had 2 clients. I was telling her this just recently. I had 2 of my clients' husbands come to me for Christmas. One brought her a case that tall, and he said, I want you to fill it up with jewelry. I said, well, what's my budget?
Awesome.
He said $400. So I did that, took pictures, showed him the pictures. Another gentleman was standing there beside. He said, well, can you do that for my wife? I said, I sure can. So 2 customers, $500.
Yes. Yep. So again, it works. You know,
It works.
And so now she feels better. She can sleep well at night.
Yes.
You know, so that's for those people that, like you said, that just like, well, I just can't figure this out. I don't have any hope. Well, you know what? There's a gift in you.
Yes.
So when we talk about what is that gift, what do you like to do, and then that you can turn into a business.
I see
Yeah.
why you wanted to bring on these testimonials.
No,
I mean,
no,
I'm getting hyped sitting right here
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
So excited.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
So
testimony.
Rhonda, we're going to go to Rhonda because we're out
okay.
of time.
Okay.
So then we can probably come back to
Okay,
yeah.
sure.
So Rhonda is also, again, a 12-month budget client.
Yes.
And then also Rhonda attended one of the financial literacy house calls that I told you all about with the families,
okay,
the
yes.
girls. So I just want Rhonda to talk about her experience.
Well, with the financial house call, myself, my sisters, and several of my nieces came, and we all came to a no judgment free zone
Yes.
where we were able to give our testimony about our finances and where we were with our personal finances. We sat down and we talked about credit cards, credit card debt, credit counseling, and actually put together a small, quick budget for us to work out right in the household with Wanda. And we took that small budget and we were able to take it back home and expand on it and just work that whole budget. And that budget really just has moved a lot of things around for myself. And as Wanda said, all money has an assignment, but if it's a written assignment, a written plan, which can turn into your budget, can take you places with it and make it stress-free for you. I've paid off my car, driving a nice Lexus, paid off long before the maturity loan date.
Yes.
I've been riding, car note free for the last three years. And that extra money that I had from my car note, I was able to put it towards helping my son graduate from college at Howard University. With finishing up with him graduating 2016, that extra money that I was putting toward his tuition, I put it towards my savings account. So I've been building that up, and Wanda said, just put it somewhere, make sure you can see it where it's going. So I'm not spending frivolously, which I don't, but I'd like to see my money somewhere. She always told us, go check your accounts, make sure there's not money coming out where it shouldn't be coming out. Watch your bank accounts. You can look at them online. I mean, just having this stuff online is amazing. I can sit at work and look at my budget and watch my accounts. We talked about the envelope system, so I can actually organize my finances and extra money for when I want to go out to entertainment. I love to travel, so I have travel envelopes. I have entertainment. I want to go see a concert. I got that there, groceries. I travel, but I also buy clothes on a budget. So I have my budget money for shopping, for clothes. That's organized in my envelope as well. So I'm a budgetista. So Wanda has kept me on a budget, and I like it. I feel stress-free. I can go in a store and say, wow, I want that, and not feel bad about it. Whereas before I would go and I'd be like, it looks nice, so I feel like I'm just window shopping. But actually I have my envelopes and I know I have money at home I can spend for myself and not have to take money out of the budget for my financial obligations for my home. I'm a single woman. I have one son and I have a home that I have to take care of. So I want to have some kind of budget system that I can follow, so I'm not, putting out money frivolously, again, like I said, and not knowing where it's going.
Right.
But with Wanda teaching me also to have an extra stream of income, she's teaching me, because I like to travel, I'm starting a travel business. And
That's right.
with that travel business, I actually sold my first family vacation to London. So we're doing pretty good with that. She's coaching me on that level, and I really enjoy that. So my 12-month budget is really good. It's been working for me for years, and I have stuck with it.
Yes, and then let me say this: Rhonda also is definitely not an impulse spender. So Rhonda will actually call if she's getting ready to purchase something big, because again, she's single, and so she's one of the ones that will call me and say, "Hey, Wanda, what do you think?"
Yes,
and then we talk about it.
yes.
And then most of the time, impulse spenders, I tell them, walk away. And if you're still thinking about it in the next few days, then if you have the money in your budget, then it's okay to go buy it. But sometimes, we just go and we like it right then and there.
Right,
And
right.
so, but you're not supposed to be buying it. So anyway, but Rhonda does very well with that. And again, because she's single at the moment, then I'm that, her partner.
Yeah,
basically.
she's my partner, my reinforcer.
Yes,
Even when I
exactly.
got my raise on my job, I called Wanda. I said, "Oh my God, what am I going to do with this extra money?" And she actually laughed at me, but it felt good to have the extra. But I just wanted to know where I could put it or what I should do with it, so I can actually see some benefit from it and not blow it somewhere and not have anything to show for it. So, Wanda, hey,
And I
what you
love
think?
it. Right. I love it. I'm like, I'm here. So
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
you guys are very wise women
Thank
who
you.
are
Thank you.
walking
Thank you.
in the spirit of excellence.
Thank you.
And Wanda, I know you must feel like a proud mother.
I do. These are my babies.
I mean,
I
to
do.
be
I
able
do.
to look over and see the fruit of your labor,
Yes.
and to see what they're doing, and to honestly be able to say these are true testimonials.
Yes.
Because you
Yes,
do
yes.
have a lot of people that work in business, they do things, but you don't see the results of it. And it's hard for you to know the outcome.
Exactly.
But to sit here today and to hear the testimonies, and like you said, you would have never known that your husband and then your mother back to back, but you were prepared and ready, and to see you sit here today and say it's no stress, strain, or struggle.
That's right. That's right.
What an awesome testimony.
Yes.
Tell us how we can find you, because you're giving me hope. I need you.
Call me. Okay, so you can find me. I don't know if you want to. Well, okay. So you can find me a few ways, but my email is WALSTON, so Walston at misbudget.com. You can also call
I'm
me.
going to put up her picture again,
Okay, great.
and then you can
Okay,
go for
good,
the
good,
screen.
good.
Okay.
And then you can call me on 301-922-6756. I'm also on Instagram, and that is Make It Simple Solutions. Okay, and then Facebook is actually my name, Wanda Gorm, Gorham, Alston, Alston. So it's Wanda Gorm Alston on Facebook. And those are, I believe, the only ways. I think, it's so many social media out here.
But that's
that's how you
good.
can reach
take
me.
it down now. So Wanda, are you available for workshops, speaking to ladies groups, or
Most definitely.
hosting events, or do you have an event coming up?
Okay, so no, I don't have an event coming up, but I am open to hosting events for others. I know I didn't get a chance to mention that, but I also create budgets for small businesses and even large businesses, of course, nonprofit, profit. I actually have a contract now with a startup company that's doing great things in PG County, and you all are going to hear about them soon. So I'm going to be monitoring, maintaining their budget, and then also a film production company that I'm going to be monitoring, maintaining their budget as well. The thing about it, a lot of times people don't want to deal with money, especially if they don't have to.
Yeah.
And so, but they can call me. I'm here.
No, I love it, because I've always heard the saying, stay in your lane. This
That's it.
sounds like this is your
is it.
lane. And if it's
Right.
not your lane, especially on a business level, when you have a business, it's no use you trying to do your taxes and get yourself in trouble with the government and the IRS when you got somebody that knows what they're doing.
Exactly.
And somebody that's trustworthy like you. So I definitely will say, if you are, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whether it's a startup, you know, call Wanda,
Yeah.
because as
Yes.
you heard today, Marcia, and you've heard Rhonda share their testimonies. You never know what the unexpected may be, or you never know what's going to happen, but you will have that sense of ease when you sit down. You got to make it simple. That's what
right.
it's called.
Yes, right.
Make it simple
Make it simple.
solution.
Yes.
And this is the Christmas season right now. Before we go out, give us maybe 1 or 2 tips to help us that we don't overspend for the Christmas holidays.
Oh,
maybe
my
just give us some wise advice as we close the show.
Okay. Well, first of all, you know, one of my advice is, if you don't have it, please do not spend it. Please do not take from your mortgage.
Yes,
I mean, you can also, okay, so this is what I do. Okay, since I'm the budget queen, what I do for Christmas sometimes is I have a budget. Okay, yes, I have a budget for my Christmas list. So what I do is I have, let's say, a budget of $50. I'm going to spend $50 on Marcia. But my goal is to actually find something that may be worth $50, but I'm going to go to the outlet and I'm going to see if I can find that for, let's say, $30. But guess what? I can cross it off my list because it was still, the value was $50.
Right.
So that's how I was able to, you know, really save on my Christmas money. You know, this Christmas, I didn't have to spend all my money that I budgeted for because I went out and challenged myself to find that particular gift for much, you know, well, cheaper cost.
Okay.
So that's definitely advice I can give you all, and it definitely works. And people get very nice gifts because there's a lot of sales going on right now.
Yes.
But definitely don't be moved by what others are doing, because you know what,
Yeah.
Christmas is a one day, and then after Christmas, you have to still pay bills.
Yes, you do.
So right now, what I can say is it's probably too late to really start saving for Christmas. But if you really love Christmas, really love to give, open up an account at your bank come January and just put, you know, $10, $20 in there every pay period. And then when come October, you can start buying your gifts. You can start looking for sales. And that's also what I do as well. Because then you're budgeting that, and then you feel so much better instead of taking money from your bills. But, you know, and just shop at decent places. When I say that, I don't mean going to, you know, to the Chanel department. But hey, go get a Coach bag, you know, but shop at places that you know that have affordable prices.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a
But
good way
I'm
of
telling
saying
you
it.
all that what I told you I did with the $50 limit, but finding the gift that's $30 or $20, that works every time. And they get good gifts. So, yes.
And Miss Marcia, do you have a special tip that you would like to close out with, or something that you have done for the holiday that the viewers?
Well, this holiday, everybody know I used to be a very big shopper, but because I do all during the year, I'm not letting one day dictate to me what I'm gonna do on one day.
right.
Yeah.
So, and then I have birthdays and so forth. So I don't go out and spend a lot of money because I know after that day, life goes
That's
on.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So for some people that may feel like you're in a crunch that you gotta do, sit back and take a breath.
That's right.
And then know, just like Wanda say, what you really can do. And if you can't, you can't.
That's right.
Just show them love.
That's right.
Make a gift
I love that.
from your heart.
Yes,
I
yes,
love that, a
yes,
gift from the
yes.
heart.
That's
And
right.
what about
Exactly,
you?
Exactly. I think for my budgeting for the holidays, I will try to get something throughout the year. If I see it on sale,
That's good.
That's right.
That's
I'm
good.
a salesperson, as I said, budgetista. If it's on sale, I'll collect it throughout the year, and I have a stash in one of my bedrooms, and I put all the items there, and I know who it's for.
Yeah.
So by the time Christmas comes, I don't even have to go in the stores.
That's
But if
right.
I go in, it's time for me.
Okay, I love it. Well, ladies, that does it today for the QeTV Live show. I want to thank you, my viewers. Remember,
Yes,
this
thank
is the
you.
season, you know, to think about Christmas. Jesus is the reason for the
Yes.
season. This
Yes.
is not
Most
about the
definitely.
shopping. It's not about the buying. It's not about
Yes.
what you can do. It's about you
Yes.
loving, serving, and sharing Christmas and having it in your heart
Yes.
and giving the gift of life like God gave us his son,
Amen.
Jesus.
Yes,
And he is the
yes,
reason.
yes.
I
Yes.
love you.
Yes.
God bless you. I
Thank
want to
you.
thank
Thank
you
you so
all
much.
for coming
Thank you.
on,
Yes.
sharing your
Thank you.
wonderful testimonies. And I look forward, Wanda, to
Yes.
doing business with you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
again, remember, make it simple.
Simple.
Yes.
Solutions.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Mwah.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.